Hello, Divine Feminines. Welcome to the channel. So happy you could join me here today. I want to say hello to everybody and thank you so much for all your likes, shares, subscribes, for your well wishes, for your love towards me. I really appreciate it a lot, and God bless y'all. And I hope everybody is staying warm, keeping your eye to the weather. And it isn't over yet because I just want to say this at the beginning of the show: keep your eye to the weather. And because we could be having some more weather coming in, and it's because of the sun. And we've had some really big old flares that hit the top of our atmosphere, stirred up the ozone layer, and will be dropping down into us from the north. So just kind of keep your eyes to the weather to make sure everybody is well prepared. And, it's better to be prepared than not prepared. So, right, you want to prepare. And we're here to do a reading for the Divine Feminine today, and I'm going to use Lightbringer's deck. And of course, because we're doing for the Divine Feminine, we're going to use Gaia's dreams, and Wee Moon. And we're going to start off with Wee Moon. And I don't know if anybody's going to notice or not, but I usually did Divine Masculine after the Creator's View, but I've decided that it's ladies first. And I just don't see how they couldn't have gotten a masculine without a feminine, because it just ain't happening. So we're going to switch things around a little bit. No offense to anybody, but in my own beliefs, I believe that the feminine was created and capable of, somehow or another making things happen from there. And so we'll see, we won't know until we pass on and, probably have to be told the story again of the universe, because it's so old, trillions of years old. That's a lot to hold in one's mind and soul, right? Our soul never forgets. It's an imprint that'll last to eternity. But in this earthly body, we can't take on all that, right? It's hard to live just one lifetime and keep all of our memories sorted out and intact and, transmuted and learning how to live in the light. So we have the moon in Leo today, right? And it's just barely past the full moon. I actually missed a couple days. I don't know how, but yeah, I do. I was healing. Sometimes when you get into healing, you don't even notice what time, the time at all. And so those 2 days I was healing, I didn't even notice. And I come out and look, full moon was yesterday. So today we are into, moving just out of the full moon barely, but it is the moon in Leo. So it's still all about heart, love, family, pride, and we all want to be proud of who we are and our family. We have 7, spirituality. We have Venus, love, and material abundance. Just having what you need, and then enough to just kind of be like, I have everything I need and it's okay. What a wonderful feeling, right? Yes. And everybody should get to experience that. And we have Aquarius. And we're not that far out of Aquarius, but one thing is for sure, we are living in the days of Aquarius. The channel on our astrological horoscope circle went change, boom, and guess what? Pluto moved into Aquarius, and so did we, because it's measured that way. So we have a spirituality, Aquarius, and Venus here. And Venus it's not so much a love and a desire for material things. It's a love and a desire to be okay, to have what you need, and to be grateful for what you need, and to have a few pleasures here and there throughout the year that you can celebrate, right? So and make memories and experiences without having to work too hard. Because Venus isn't into a lot of hard work. She likes to bring things to her. She's the Empress, the Hierophant representative of here too, and we got the number 7. This is the number 5, would be the Hierophant, which is spiritual authority. But Venus is all about having what you need, to bring happiness and joy and freedom to life. This is the days of Aquarius, and it is the prediction that we are moving towards a world where people won't have to work so hard. That's what I'm getting from this. And we'll be able to have time to work more on spirituality. 7. The number 7 is about spirituality. And it also represents the moon. And like I said, we got that full moon just barely moving out of Leo, or moving, through Leo right now. So, and the moon is all about exposing or revealing things that are hidden within ourselves or others that need to be seen to make evolution and transformation within our spiritual life, which then shows up in our material life. Because it has to be done in the spiritual world, then after that, it manifests in the material world. And so 8 of fire and 8 of earth, 8. That's also a representation of what goes out comes back. So, we've got activism here, 8 and 8 of earth regeneration. We're never done improving ourselves. We're never done learning. We're never done understanding. We continuously grow and evolve like a tree, like a weed, and we get many different things going in our lives, like many different limbs on a tree, and we have to kind of, focus on several different things at once and keep everything in balance, and this isn't always easy, right? And the main thing, though, is family. And family starts with you first, as always. So now we're going to see what we got going here. We got the age of Aquarius, spirituality, and Venus, bringing more of a... it's about making sure we have everything we need in life, from food to a house. And this is what we want to bring through in Aquarius. And we're talking about activism. What do we believe? And walking the walk and talking the talk, okay? So if you believe you should work 8 to 10 hours a day and spend all that energy into, making somebody else rich by fortifying their business with your energy, and then bringing home barely enough to pay the bills and to feed your kids and to have some fun things to do as well, then you're not getting your fair share. You are undervaluing yourself. And you need to look at yourself and see how much you're worth, so much more. Is it going to be easy to get what you want and what you're worth? Well, you are worth being born to a planet where you would have had a home at 18 when you graduated high school, and then a bigger one when you graduated college, and then a bigger one when you leveled up to your first, whatever you're going to do to make sure this planet runs smoothly and is happy. And when she's happy, we're all happy, kind of thing, right? And so I guess this is about the power of the mother, the power of the woman, to know the difference between what is right and what is wrong, what is good, what is evil. And it's evil for you let me turn the card, okay? Because I'm heading this, and to me, the days of Aquarius are where we stand up in truth, and we use our voice, and we fight the peaceful fight. We fight the peaceful fight with truth, honor, dignity, and the understanding that everything on this planet belongs to us all, and no one man, no 1% of man can say that this planet belongs to them and they control all things. Because we all have our foot on this planet, and all of us should be having our say in everything. And no family should have to do 8 to 10 hour shifts, 5 to 7 days a week to pay the bills and make sure they're fed, and still may not have everything they need at that. A lot don't. More and more people going to the streets. Truth, Ace of Swords, all these things are ideas that people need to start bringing to the forefront. I pulled activism out of here earlier. This is about believing, making your mind and deciding in what you believe. Do you believe you should be, liberated to a free world where we all work for the Mother Earth and she provides everything we need? And it's to the Mother that we owe our allegiance? Or do you believe you should work 8 to 10 hours a day to make other people rich and give them power, which is false and fake and causes so much problems such as homelessness, lack of education, and things like that? I'm just asking because this is the time of the divine feminine. It is our time. The divine masculines have been running the world for quite a while now. And it is time for us to speak up for the nest, for Mother Earth's life force to be guided more into humanity and creation and nature than war or these big scientific experiments where they want to go fix other planets to grow people when we got one right here that needs repaired. And so, because we got this idea right here, this card of truth, I am going to continue with this and see what it says. I am asking the mothers, this fell out in my lap, the mothers of this planet to take their job seriously, to begin to consider the difference of what they think is right and what they think is wrong. And we want to teach these things to our children. We want to fight the peaceful fight of truth. When enough people know the truth and enough people stand up in truth and we walk forward in truth, then things begin to change. Because we have to get the collective together. We have to grow together. We have to understand, love ourselves enough to know that we are worthy of a better life than slavery. Because if you don't do it, the punishment might not be no more to get whipped at the stake, but you get kicked out to the curb. And that's the same thing. If we don't do what you tell us and we don't work for you, then we don't get to live a free life of exploration, creation, and adventure. You take all of our hours. You take all of our time. We have no time to focus on ourselves. We have no time to focus on our children. This is wrong. And we've got to believe that. Because when we take this forward and we want to teach our children that, to take jobs where they are not obliged, to begin thinking of creating their own way to work to help create this world, because children are wise. Children are smart. They figure things out. And when they do it in such a simple matter, it becomes great, because that's what God is all about. Creation is all about working through simple things and making a simple thing, and it will turn into something wonderful. The simplicity of knowing that you have hours, a day, not to have to go to work, but to invest in you and your family. You shouldn't be working no more than 4 hours a day. There shouldn't be no more school than 4 hours a day. And everything we do should be an investment into Mother Earth and her productivity, her abundance, because that's what takes care of us all. She, Five of Fire, Radiance, Mother is the one who takes care of our wood for our homes. She gives us gas for our cars. She gives us water to drink. She gives us bodies. She gives us air, trees. We have everything we need, but we're letting rich, wealthy people destroy it for money. For money. Money ain't gonna do nobody no good. No, what we need to do it for is for the life sustenance of the planet, for the living creatures that are here, living creatures evolving, living creatures that are coming. Right? This is the days of age of Aquarius, the spiritual life on this planet, where we care not just about ourselves and love ourselves as a creation of creations, but to love our neighbor as well. And what we want for ourselves, what I want for me, I want for you. Right? Right. And that's what happens when you learn to love yourself as a part of creation. You begin to see everything that you could possibly do that could even make it better for everyone. And that's what this is about. This is God's real word. This is the truth of Mother Earth and the deities and the gods and the creator source of all the children who have ever came. Does not want to see you work and toil. There is the end of that. The creative fire is here. We're going to burn it to the ground, not literally, but metaphorically, the old beliefs and the old perceptions. We are going to change those. Every child born to this planet deserves to be with its rightful mother and deserves to have the things that it needs. Every child on this planet deserves to have the education they need to improve their life for the better, as well as love and tenderness, and to be taught these things, to use these tools when they go out into life. No child should have to go to school and fight a bully. And if your children have to fight a bully, unfortunately, we have to teach our children to fight back, because bullies don't know how to stop until you punch them in the nose. Whether it's with the lips, because you can hit as hard and cut as deep with words as you can with a fist. I use my mouth. I have learned to open my throat chakra. I can cut you to slivers. In a New York minute, I can pull my Queen of Swords out, and I can leave the tattoo of Zorro on your chest when I'm done, and I turn around and walk away. And this is how we need to train, to teach ourselves to speak truth from so deep within that it cannot be revoked, until we're all standing and knowing that we all should be dedicating our time to Mother Earth for a few hours a day, whether that's in the hospital, because it's all her supplies they make medicines with. They built the hospital with her stuff. Everything they used, our ancestors built this world. No, we don't say, well, we don't deserve it. Our ancestors been building this world and making those people rich for 250 years. And in all actuality, probably thousands, when you go back to where they conquered and took the simple people and turned them into servants and slaves. And, it's just been this way. Even Moses tried to lead the people out of Egypt when they held them captive and they had to work for the emperors and pharaohs all day. It's time we stood up for ourselves and quit being so simple-minded and giving our energy to those who could care less about the people or the children. We have to stand up. One more card out of here. We have to stand up. The future is unknown. We have to stand up. We don't know where we're headed, but right now, as it stands, it's not the best place anyway. What we're looking at is more homelessness, more problems in the future, more arguing between the government and the leaders, more. It does not look like they're going to help the homeless or to help the sick or to help the elderly or to help the children, to improve education, to improve your jobs, to give you more time at home and not have to spend so many hours stressing over if you're going to be able to take care of everything. And we can only begin this by standing up in our truth, speaking to one another, sharing these ideas, sharing these feelings. Whether we come together right now or not doesn't matter. Teaching our children these things as well is very important. This isn't something that can be taken over or done in a year. This is something that's going to take a few lifetimes. How many lifetimes did it take us to get here? How long have we been working and taking care of politicians and governments? And this is generations of lifetimes. And look, here we are. We're no better off now than when we started building. In fact, we were better off when we was building this country, because then everybody had a little place to make a home. But we don't have a little place where people can go and make homes anymore. No, a home is very expensive. Can you imagine going around and putting a for rent sign on all the trees, and then when the birds come, ask them, you got any money to pay the rent for this tree? It's no different than doing it for a home. We can't go out and build a teepee anymore. We've evolved. We deserve to, be a part of the evolutionary progress of the days of Aquarius, where life becomes more important than money, where our resources of this planet are more important than giving them money, where we realize that the resources belong to us all and it's up to us to watch over them, and that it's time that we stand up and speak this in our daily lives, share this with other people, even if they don't believe in what we're saying, because that's how we make a change. We got to be the change we want to see. The Counselor, 12 of Waters. It's about our emotions. How do you feel about what I'm saying to you? Don't you know you deserve more than having to slave away and spend so many hours trying to get enough money to pay the bills and buy food and plan an education? That's a lot of your energy that could go into better things, investing in yourself, having the peace to create more. Can you imagine what a world would be and how we would nourish wonderful and great creators just through giving them a chance to spend time alone and isolated, to think, to study, to choose their studies, to get passionate, to know that they can, fulfill that because it's a part of their life dream here on this planet? It's a big dream. But there's a lot of people on this planet that would like to live this. We don't want to be selfish. We want to see everybody have the things they need to have a prosperous life. And what's a prosperous life? A prosperous life is spending time with family and friends. A prosperous life is knowing that when you go to the kitchen to make a meal for family and friends, what you need will be there. A prosperous life is being able to sit down and look out the window and read a book and enjoy your time alone, or listen to a tarot card reading and not worry about how much time you have. A prosperous life is the ability to have beautiful things around you and beautiful people full of heart and love and joy. You know, I mean, everybody has their different view of beautiful things. You know, my idea of something beautiful is a beautiful garden. I love nature, so I'm all into nature. But I mean, not everybody has to be into nature. There's all kinds of stuff. Like if you ever wanted to take a voyage on a yacht and you never got the opportunity, I actually feel like all the billionaires should donate them, you know, so that people who ever want to take a trip can. You know, I actually don't think that that should be something exclusive to a money value, because it's an experience people wants to have, and you can't place a value on experiences. Experiences aren't, you know, you can't buy experiences. There's some experiences you just can't buy that'll be with you your whole life. And that's what we're here for, is to make those experiences that is going to be with you your whole life. They bring you emotional joy. You'd be like, oh my God, I experienced, if I were going to experience a cultural thing, I would love to go to the Amazon and experience ayahuasca and meet Gaia. They say every time you meet her. I would go there. I would love it. Oh my God, that would be an experience. That's an experience, see, I could take with me in my soul when I leave here too. And I like those kind of soul experiences. I'm into, you know, I don't do drugs or anything like that anymore, but I would go on a healing journey. Healing popped up, and a renewal, death and rebirth, and go meet Gaia and the spirit. That would be awesome. I really feel that I am here for Gaia, Mother Earth. I believe Mother Earth is sending this message. Gaia, Mother Nature, she's letting us all know that everything she created on this planet was for all of us. And if she could take personification and be in a body, that would be me telling you how she feels. Okay? All right. Yeah. Yeah. Death and rebirth, baby. It's time of Aquarius, the days of Aquarius, where everybody has what they need because everything is readily and abundantly available. There are abundant doctors. Nobody should do without the best doctor. Abundantly. There are abundance of food. Nobody should do without the best nutritious food. It's abundant. Why is anybody without? Houses. Nobody should be without a home. In fact, every child born should be granted a house, if nothing else, for it and its mother. Right? Yes. And at his graduation, he should receive a home to live in and to begin to grow up and mature. Right? These aren't things he should worry about. We should worry about more important things. How to make Gaia, Mother Nature, happier, how to make the children happier. And then as we do this, what happens? We begin to create geniuses. Yeah, geniuses. Our children will turn into these big-headed people that know everything. Yes, the youth. I don't know how that got there. The youth. Our children will turn into sturdy, strong children. Happy, knowing that everything is going to be okay. Can you imagine our children never having to worry about nothing? No bullies at school. When they go to school, it's going to be about fun and learning about the earth. How am I going to plant? How am I going to become a doctor? How am I going to become a fireman? How am I going the real shit, the real deal. Not this 1 + 1 = 2, which should be a part of it, but they should be having experiences while they go to school so they can experience what they want to dedicate their time to when it's time to give time to Mother Earth. Do they want to be doctors? Do they want to be... We don't no longer want to call them police officers. Let's call them health officers, because people won't have nothing to fight for anymore because they'll have everything they need. Can you imagine a world where everybody has everything they need? And we all just keep on ticking. We just keep on ticking, except not ticking so hard. We have a little time for other things. I mean, this kind of world can be created with a little bit of creative thought. And this is what we want to teach our children. Because we might not see this world, but we want to leave this idea, this dream. We want to leave this dream with our children. Leave the dream with the children. Again, the youth. We might not change this world, but talk to your kids about the possibilities of what an aquarium world would look like. We don't conform. We're still liberated, but everybody has what they need. There's nothing left to fight for. Nothing. Everybody has what they need. Nothing left to fight for. We don't have to struggle to get... We're not back to we're not cavemen anymore, people. We shouldn't have to struggle so hard to live. We're in a life of abundance now. All of us are abundant. Our ancestors made us abundant by building this beautiful world that has everything in it we need. We just have to speak up and say, hey, we want our fair share now. It wasn't fair that they built up and piled up all the wealth and money up there while our ancestors were down here breaking their back to build this place. My dad has built dams. My dad built water towers. My grandfather grew hemp for World War I, for ropes on boats. My people have worked. My people have done things to make sure this country survived. And I know yours did too. I'm sure you got plaques on the wall from ancestors who've done great things, stories and legends of helping to build this planet one family at a time. One human putting their stuff in there and the name behind it, which was you, for you. Our ancestors did it for us, thinking that we were going to get a good America. And what we got? Yeah, the king of the earth. They manifested it. Look, what a beautiful place they built for us. But it's kind of been stolen out from underneath our noses because we thought we had to keep on working and we never asked for a percentage of it. Well, now it's time to say there's enough for everybody. And that's just all I've got to say about that, okay? That's the Father, the King of Earth. Yes, this world has been manifested through our fathers and mothers' hard work. They thought we were going to get a part of the American dream. And now we have to be careful because we're going to leave our children a lot less than what we had. Houses are running low, so expensive, money. You have to be creative. And you have to tell them the truth, that they deserve as much as anybody that they are equal to anyone. And the day will come when the people will stand up and fight a peaceful fight with words of truth. And when we all get convinced and we know the truth, there won't be much they can do. Meanwhile, we just got to keep getting the story out. Seven of Cups, and we got to break the illusion that they put out and over us that we're just servants. We are servants. We're servants to the earth, but not to the wealthy. Okay? We are servants on this planet. We're servants of Mother Earth, and we work for her. She gives us everything. They put a price tag on it. They're the liars. She would have given it to us for free. She would have let us have it. She still will, if we all stand up together and believe that she wants us to have it and walk in faith. This reading hasn't went nowhere where I thought it would. We have Fire and Leo watching over the pride. I'm watching over my people. I love you. I love you guys. I want to leave this place a little wiser. And I want you all to know your worth and value. With all the ancestors behind you, you have built a world here. With all my ancestors and your ancestors, we built this world. There's no reason anybody should be valued more because they were, I don't even want to say smart. I want to say sneaky to put fences around it with their names on it. Hedges and shit. And because simple people would rather go around the hedge than start a fight. Simple people who just want to live life don't want to cause war battles. We would rather just work harder and try our best to live. But they're pushing us to the place to where we have to stand up in truth. We have to tell our children the truth. They deserve better, and we have to do it as a fight in peace, because we don't want them using our children as an excuse to draw blood. And we've got to let our children know how they are. So we don't draw blood. We use our words, and we cut their hearts with the words of truth. We fight with truth. And the more people we have that stand up with us in wisdom, well, they're going to have to give, because we're the ones that run the factories. We're the ones that run the grocery stores. We're the ones that run the restaurants. We're the one who runs the hospitals. We're the ones that run the doctor offices. We're the ones that run the veterinarian places. We're the ones that do all that. Corporations don't. They have a bunch of people over a bunch of people over a bunch of people over a bunch of people, and somewhere back there behind that dark curtain sits somebody that's making all the rules, but nobody ever gets to get to them because they got so many bunch of people in between them and the real world. They have no idea what we're going through down here. So they're going to have to suffer. Maybe strikes, maybe more. Maybe we'll just have to start farming in our front yards and, just doing what we got to do to take care of our people. I don't know what we're going to do, but we need to do something. We need to change the way people see things and think. And that just means that we have to speak our truth and be honest. The one thing that God taught me is when you feel fear, move forward. It's an illusion. It's a way to stop us from shining the light into the darkness. And so we got to realize if there's God of light, there's God of darkness. And they don't want us to see this. Why would they? They get to sit up there and, do gross and diabolical things, all day long in their high castles where nobody can see, and all the secrecy they hide. Let's do the Lightbringers deck. Talk to your children about everything. Hide nothing from them. Let them know what you go through. Teach them what they will need to know about, walking the walk and talking their truth. And you walk your walk and talk your truth and share these things. If you believe in these things, then share them with your children. Eight of Swords. Do not allow yourself to get caught up in a mental prison of fear and of not being able to move forward. Just take that step and walk through your fear. It's not always easy to speak our truths, and our voice may waver and tears may roll down our cheeks. And how do I know that? Because when I first started speaking my truth, that's how I spoke it, in terror. But I knew that in order to get stronger and to listen to the power of the Holy Spirit, I had to push through that to live my dream. I've had this dream since I was a little girl, that everybody should have a good way of life. I had this dream since I was a child. I've wrote it down on paper so many times you wouldn't believe the stories I've told with this dream, and will continue to tell. The Hanged Man. Yeah, change your perspective. I will not be afraid of anyone or anything. I have hope and faith in creation, knowing that my God, my Creator, would want me to have good things, not suffering. My Creator would want me to be blessed, not hurting. My Creator would want me to have the best of everything that's out there, not to be doing without or having to struggle and work so hard that I can't spend time with my family, my husband, the things that I love. It's a matter of respect, right? If they respected us, they would make things easier on us. Because when you respect and love somebody, Mama, you do your best to make sure they don't have to struggle so much. Right, Mama? One more. You're the star. It's up to you to teach your children the new age that's coming in, to show them it's okay to be strong and defiant, that you can think like you want. You don't have to think like everybody else thinks, and that you can create a new world where people and life in general is respected and not the dollar. That life in general gets the respect, because the dollar ain't nothing but a power play. It just keeps them in charge when really everything belongs to us anyway. Yeah. We need organizers. We need candidates running for politicians. Step up, ladies. Believe in yourselves. Those of you who've had educations, please do. I love you. It's our time. Let's take the world back. Let's take it and give it to our children. It is their world. It's the world of the children of the future. They don't even have a plan for 7 generations ahead. All they know is what they want now. And with that being said, I love you. God bless you. Please like, subscribe, share. Bye-bye.